Yes, it's your vibrant velvet voice, Skywalker Payne.
Welcome back to ABCs of Antiracism, and today's word is kindness and killing. But we'll begin with the kindness because kindness is just part of the Black culture in Africa, in the Caribbean, and the islands, and its southern homes, and in what's called the ghetto. There's a kindness in the community of helping each other out, of, you know, especially depending upon the situations. Now, it goes back to community. And African societies were communal, and many of them were matriarchal, and they were always about helping each other out within the community. And so that's kindness. And it was expected from everyone, not just the women. But when you get to the United States and these women and the men who had been kind, you come into an environment which is built upon violence, brute strength, brutality, and murder, killing because of weapons. So you have the kindness of the African people and African culture and African men and women confronted with the brutality of the European colonizers coming in, killing many of the Africans so that they can work there, but also killing the people who live on this land in which the Africans have been forced to come. But what do the African women end up doing? Now, there's some and many who work the fields, but there are also some and many who are nursing babies of the white women, as well as their own. And they are taking care of everyone, their children, their husband, the master's children, the master, his wife. And as a young woman pointed out in the documentary In Our Mother's Gardens, Black women have been taking care of people from time immemorial because no one yet has said that there's any place other than Africa from which the first human remains have been found and documented. So that's kindness, the kindness of caring for those who beat you and treat you as less than human, who abuse you, who disrespect you. Now, when you grow up and found out about Buddhism, that's an unbelievable merit in reducing any negative karma that may have accumulated. Kindness. Now, we have the kindness of the Black women who, whether they were slaves or free, usually were in professions of caring for people, either as a nurse later on or assistant caring for people, as a cook, as a nanny, as a teacher. Caring professions. Professions requiring a kindness, consideration, and compassion to be successful, although we know many people in those professions who can be less than kind. But the word is kindness. But of course, you can take that kindness and it can become killing, even in the medical profession. We know too many stories of that kindness which ended up with someone getting killed, from scientific experiments to people getting underpaid and overworked in nursing homes and taking care of others. And sadly, some of those stories happened during the pandemic. But in terms of the ABCs of anti-racism, we know the stories of the killing from the moment the colonizers hit the shores of Africa. They were killing Africans. They and the Africans who helped to get other Africans to sell to the colonizers. The history of slavery and the history of black people around the world is a history of killing. From the continent to your community, there's been unbelievable, unnecessary cruelty and killing that we should want to end. That we should want to, as we are so proud of our technological advances and our ability to have artificial intelligence and robots who can do our work, but yet we human beings continue to operate at a level below many animals. We will kill for no reason, or we'll kill because somebody has something we want, or somebody said something we didn't like, or looked at us strangely, or because we were beat up, or called a name, or bullied. And we were never taught that there's other ways of dealing with how you feel than going out and getting a gun and shooting everybody. But doing that is so easy in America. It's so easy to kill people. And many see that as a way of achieving a certain kind of recognition that they could never get because no one was kind to them. So as strange as it may seem, kindness and killing are kind of different sides of the same coin. Because with a little bit more kindness in the world, we may have less killing in the world. With kindness at the forefront of people's minds instead of how much capital our latest investment will get or who we can keep out of our exclusive property, or all of the fears that have been bred into people to keep the races in America separate and fighting each other. When people should know by now, white people should know by now, that any effort to hinder the voting and freedom and rights of any American citizen, whatever their color and wherever they live, affects every citizen. There's no way that laws that are made to hinder any group will not affect other groups. All groups are affected. So if you really care about democracy in this country, now is the time to start registering people to vote. Now is the time to start canvassing your communities and getting to know them. Now is the time for the ACLU and all these other legal groups to challenge these. Now is the time for the ACLU and all other legal groups to challenge every state voting law that diminishes people's ease in voting. Voting should be the easiest thing for Americans to do as a civic duty. Should be easier than getting your driver's license. Should be the easiest thing to do. So, because when you can vote with kindness in your mind and the motivation for creating a kind, compassionate community, you can prevent killing of innocent people. So that's it for our ABC of anti-racism this week, kindness in the killing.
Thank you for dropping by. Please subscribe, review, and share a comment if you want to help support the production of Vibrant Velvet Voice podcast or to experience an ancestral, racial, or spiritual story healing circle. Become a patron. Visit www.patreon.com/Vibrant Velvet Voice. That's patreon.com/Vibrant Velvet Voice. Your support helps me to keep going and helps us to create compassionate community. And remember, smile, breathe deeply, and be grateful.